Hello YouTube, this is the D.B.T show, episode 173, and today I'm going to review Spyro 2, A Gateway to Glimmer. So, let's get started. Okay, that's my PS2, so let's start this review. Now, the story of Spyro 2 is a very good one. The game is set straight after Spyro 1. After Spyro has beaten Nasaganok, he decides to go on a vacation to Dragon Shore. So he steps into the portal and he, for some bizarre reason, comes out in the world of Avalar and not into Dragon Shores. And Avalar, he's in peril from an evil sorcerer called Ripto. Ripto looks like an orange goblin with a scepter and a very big ego representing cape. Ripto also has two minions, Crush, who is a purple goblin thing with a club, and Gulp, who is a green dinosaur thing with 4 legs who has 2 laser cannons. Crush is pretty stupid, and he's basically the brawn of the group. Gulp, he's slightly more intelligent than Crush, but again, he's pretty stupid. But his boss fight's pretty difficult considering all his different attacks with laser cannons. And Ripto, I would say he's the brain of the trio, but even that's difficult to say sometimes. He can be pretty stupid. So all in all, the villains in this game are stupid, but funny. So Ripto and his goons are threatening the world of Avalar, and Aurora the Fawn asks you to help her. And to save the world of Avalar, you must collect all 14 talismans to get through the first 2 worlds, and then to access different levels in the third world, you need to collect orbs, and that's pretty much it. Throughout the game, you also need to collect gems, and these gems can be used to purchase levels and new moves, new abilities, and also unlock different parts of levels. And you purchase these things from a guy called Moneybags. Moneybags, at times, he can be funny, but a lot of the time he can be annoying because he does tend to overprice his stuff. But towards the end of the game, you do get all your gems back, and that is very, very nice. So overall, I thought the story was very, very good. There is quite a lot of humour. It is quite funny, just like the other 2 Spyro games I reviewed before. The graphics for the game. Well, I think the graphics for the game are very, very good. Spyro 2 definitely look a lot better than Spyro 1. I really like the graphics in this game. It doesn't look as good as Spyro 3, which is definitely my favourite Spyro game for the PlayStation, but the graphics in this game are definitely a major step up from the previous Spyro game. Controls for this game are really, really good. Hold down triangle, it lets you look around. You can also shoot fireballs in different directions when you have the fireball power up. Circles your flame. Square makes you charge, or you can just tap it to do sort of a little headbutt. X jumps. X twice glides. X glide. Triangle makes you hover. Press X and triangle. When you have the head smash move, you can do like a ground pound sort of ability. I haven't unlocked that yet. I used to have it, but I lost my save file because one of my memory cards got broken. I have finished this game twice before, so I do know enough about it. Back 2 triggers rotate your camera. Front 2 triggers also rotate your camera. If you press all the triggers at once, and with some gems around, sparks will point to where your gems are. This feature was also featured in Spyro 3, but you have to unlock it in this game. All you have to do is just press all 4 triggers and you can find your gems. Left analog stick moves you around. Right analog stick does nothing. Start menu brings up your pause screen so you can check your guidebook and stuff. Select does nothing. And you can also move around the arrows, but it's a little bit difficult to hit diagonals with the PlayStation controller, so I prefer to use the left analog stick when I'm playing these sort of games. Music for this game. Music for this game is also very good. There's a lot of good music tracks, and the game has a large variety of tunes. Happy songs, sad songs, upbeat music, epic music. The music is just awesome. The voice acting. I really like the voice acting in the Spyro games. One of my favourite things about Spyro's voice actor, apparently in Spyro 2, the person who did Spyro's voice was the same person who does SpongeBob today. Personally, these days I don't really watch SpongeBob that much because I don't really like it anymore, but I'm glad that I sort of know who the voice actor for Spyro is. Gameplay for the game. Well, the gameplay is really, really good. It's a 3D platformer. You have to collect a load of things in order to progress through the game. The game itself is quite long. It does take a while to complete. The good about this game, the story is good. The cutscenes are really funny. There's even at the end of the game, when you finally get to Dragon Shores, there's actually a gallery where you can watch all the cutscenes that you want. The gameplay of this game is really good. Now, let's talk about levels. Throughout the game, there are quite a lot of levels. There are two types of levels in this game. You've got your standard 3D platforming levels and your speedways. The speedways I will come on to later. This level here is called Scorch. Throughout the game, you will meet characters that need your help, and if you help them, you will unlock stuff like a talisman, an orb, or just a massive stack of gems. There's also kind of like an achievement system in the game, but all you get for doing all the achievements is some artwork at the end. It's not essential for beating the game, but if you're a completionist and if you like collecting achievements, you can do it. Most of the achievements involve like burning down all the flags in the level, gliding to a really hard spot, that sort of thing. Collectible. Let's talk about collectibles. In each level there is one talisman for the first two worlds. You need all 14 talismans in order to access the third world. In each level there's about 400 to 600 gems, and sometimes these can be really difficult to find, but as long as you use the 4 triggers technique, you can find them pretty easily. In each level there's in between 2 to 4 orbs. The orbs are important there because they can unlock levels and whirlwinds and secret areas in the game. After you've collected all your talismans, you may have to do some backtracking to get enough orbs so you can finally fight Ripto. When you kill enemies, you get a little tiny glowing circle thing, and this glowing circle thing activates the power up for that level, and it only activates when you have enough enemies destroyed. So destroying enemies is important in this game. Some of the enemies can be quite tough, but most of them can either be defeated by a charge or by flame to the face. And if you like, you can use the super power-ups. One of the main things I didn't like about Spyro 1 was, in Spyro 1, all you had to do to beat the game was find stuff. There wasn't really that much variety in the challenges. But in Spyro 2, they fixed that, and they fixed it really well, because in Spyro 2, if you want to get your orbs, you have to do challenges, and I really liked that because it's very similar to Mario 64 in that respect, and doing challenges to earn your orbs is what 3D platformers are all about. Because if you're just finding stuff, it's just an endless Easter egg hunt. I'm not saying Spyro 1 was a bad game, I'm just saying that I prefer Spyro 2 and 3. Because of this aspect. Anyway, now that I've shown off a 3D level, I'm going to go to a speedway. Give me a moment. Okay, YouTube, I found a speedway. One of my favourite things about the speedway can be summed up in one word: freedom. The reason why I like the speedway so much is because of all the freedom you get. You get to fly anywhere and everywhere you want. You can use the supercharge whenever you want, so you can take down loads of enemies. Basically, the object of the speedway is complete 4 tasks before a time limit runs out, and if you complete a task, you get more time. I've already beaten this speedway, so that's why the clock's totaling up, just to see how fast I can do it in. Also in speedways, there's commonly a secret area where you can find a character who will need your help. And when you help them, they will give you an orb. And I thought that was really good because I like to go around levels and finding secrets. That's one of the best things about these sort of games, finding secrets and exploring for new things. Supercharge at times can be a bit difficult to control, but it is essential that you learn how to use it properly, and so that you can beat certain challenges of the game. I remember this one challenge where you're charged across a supercharge track, and you've got to knock down these pumpkins in a farm level, and it's quite difficult to keep on the track and keep your control. So, I really like the speed levels. Now let's talk about bosses. Exit this level. Throughout the game, there are only 3 main bosses: Crush, Gulp, and Ripto. So just give me a moment, I'll go back to the Crush fight and talk about that for a little bit. Whilst I'm on to the latest boss tutorial, I just want to talk a little bit more. Throughout the game, obviously you learn new moves. You learn 3 new moves in this game. You learn the ability to swim through water, you also learn the ability to climb up walls, and you also learn head smash. The moves are quite expensive, but it's not like it's difficult to find gems in this game. I've got to say something when I was in the speedway levels. The speedways, every time you complete a task, you could get 50 gems. And in each speedway, there's about 200 gems. And obviously, that one secret orb. The speedways aren't mandatory, you don't have to do them if you don't want to, but it's a good idea to do them if you're a completionist, if you want an easy orb and some pretty easy gems. And also, the speedway levels are quite a lot of fun, I really liked them. Anyway, let's go and have a look at Crush. Crush, he's a pretty easy boss. He has a pretty easy attack pattern. All you gotta do is dodge his attacks and strike when the time is right. Most time he attacks with these shockwaves. I may do a Let's Play of Spyro 2 in the future, but I haven't decided when I want to do it. Burn his bottom. Every time you burn his bottom, he seems to crush himself with the boulders, but you can get crushed yourself, and it can be kind of difficult. Lots of the bosses tend to have different powers. Sometimes Crush will even shoot fireballs. And that's basically all I want to say about the bosses, YouTube. Some of the bosses are hard, some of the bosses are easy. Once you learn their attack patterns and learn what their strategy is, they're pretty easy. Anyway, YouTube, I've run out of time, so in the next part I hope to finish off the review. Until then, bye.